All right, Shalom. Want to give all praises to Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai. Double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS. And salutations to all you Akim out there pushing his word in sincerity and truth. Coming back at you with another lesson. This lesson is going to be entitled X-Men Similar to the Elect. And the reason why I say the X-Men are similar to the elect is because the X-Men are scattered throughout different countries of the world. And they're amongst different nationalities. And these men that are in the X-Men, they have women too, which the hell they going off on that. But these men that are scattered through these different countries have superpowers. You know what I'm saying? They have powers that can tear people up that the normal person doesn't have. And they're in all these different countries. And it's similar to the elect because the elect are scattered throughout different countries and amongst different nationalities. And the elect will soon have these powers, man. Maybe not necessarily similar. Well, I would say similar because they're strong. You know, they can control weather. They have like lasers and fireballs and all this type of stuff going on. And the elect will soon have those powers because back in the day, our forefathers had those same powers. And so what I'm going to do, I'm going to do some similarities with the X-Men and their origins. And I'm going to do some origins and their powers. And I'm going to do some similarities with our forefathers and the powers that they had. Okay, so I'm going to start this off with 2nd Ezra 16 and 73. Then shall be, no, you know what, I'm going to start at, let me start at Zechariah real quick. Hold on 1 second. Because it's very interesting, the X-Men. When you study the X-Men, you think that these people, when they was born, they just came out the womb and they had these powers. I mean, they had the powers all along, but some people may not know that when the X-Men discovered their powers, they were going through situations, you know what I'm saying, a time of difficulty where their lives were in danger. And all of a sudden, these powers came to them out of nowhere. So all this time they were born, they didn't know that they had these powers. You know what I'm saying? So that's like a sign of the elect, man. The elect don't know who they are. But when the time of trouble comes, they're going to know who they are. The whole world is going to know. Because these powers that they're going to have are going to be manifested, man. All right, let me see. This is Zechariah 13. And I'm going to start at, let me see, 13 and 8. And it shall come to pass that in all the land, saith Yahweh Shem Yahushai, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die. Okay, and that 2 parts represents these damn 2/3, you know what I'm saying? But the 1/3 shall be left therein. Okay, and the 2/3 are amongst Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans scattered throughout the world, man. And they're just predestined to die because they're not going to get right. So the Most High just going to destroy them. Okay. This is verse 9. And I will bring the 3rd part through the fire, which is the 1/3, 144,000, and the elect. And will refine them as silver is refined, and will try them as gold is tried. They shall call on the name of, so like they shall call on my name, which is Yahweh Shem Yahushai, and I will hear them. I will say, it is my people, and they shall say, Yahweh Shem Yahushai is my God, okay? And so that verse said, we'll refine them as fire is refined, and we'll try them as gold is tried. So I have a video up here, fire burning. I couldn't find anything with silver and gold burning, so I'm just going to use this as an example. You know, they're going to be tried, man. The elect are going to be tried. So, like I said, what makes the elect similar to the X-Men is that the X-Men were born with these powers, but yet they didn't know as they got older and older, something happened where they went through a time of difficulty. And these powers came out of nowhere, man. And they was shocked that they had these powers. Okay, and that's how the elect going to be. They're going to be shocked, man, when these powers come. And they're going to be messing people up who try to mess with them, man. This is 2nd Ezra, and I'm going to prove that this is 2nd Ezra 16 and 73 rather. Then shall they be known whom I chosen, and they shall be tried as the gold in the fire. Okay, it's gonna be known who the elect are because the elect are gonna have spiritual powers, man. And the elect gonna be messing these people up that try to come against them, man. And Yahweh Shem Yahushua is going to give them these powers, man. Like he did in times past with our forefathers when they went through a time of difficulty. When somebody tried to mess with them, what happened? The Most High poured his spirit upon them and they got busy, man. And that's coming right back, man. Let me go over here. This is Sirach 2. And I'm going to start at 4. Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, and be patient when thou art changed to a low estate. For gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity. Okay? And the time of adversity, because that's your trying of your faith, going through a time of adversity. And I'm not talking about bills and all that type of stuff. Problems with your woman. I'm talking about when, when the time of Jacob's trouble come, man, which is famine, which is race wars, which is martial law, and these different things that this so-called white man is going to bring. Okay, that's that part of that furnace, man. Believe in him, and he will help thee. Order thy way aright, and trust in him. Okay, you believe in Yahweh Shem Yahushua is going to help you, man. And like I say with the X-Men, man, it's tripped out that they had these powers, man, and they didn't even know they had these powers. And that's similar to our forefathers, because they went through pure hell, and certain men were chosen, you know what I'm saying, to have powers to get through those adversities, man. This Isaiah, let me see here, Isaiah 48:10. Behold, I have refined thee, but not with silver. I have chosen thee in the furnace of affliction. Okay, that's who the Most High gonna choose, in the furnace of affliction, going through pure hell, man. That's who the elect are gonna be, man. Those who make it through that pure hell, man, and think that this is the end. You might go to a FEMA camp and get ready to get your head chopped right off, and the spiritual powers come right on you, and you tear every damn body up in that place. Okay, you might have powers where you can see under the ground or something, and it might be bunkers in there with food in there, and you might have food for yourself and those who you want to take with you if the Most High choose you. So, like I said, it's gonna be different powers that brothers out here are gonna have, man, and they're gonna be getting busy out here, man. Believe me, man. Let me go over here to let me see. I'm gonna read some of the things, some of the origins of the X-Men. And the X-Men are scattered throughout the world, so I'm gonna read some of that, some of the places where they're scattered from. Let me see here. Okay, we'll start here. Different nationalities, Salakia, include Wolverine, Aurora, North Star, Deathpool, and Transonic as Canadians. Okay, so these guys are from Canada. Colossus and Magic from Russia. Banshee and CERN from Ireland. Dust from Afghanistan. Psyche, Wolfbane, and Chamber from the United Kingdom. Armor, Surge, and Zero from Japan. Sunspot from Brazil. M. Monaco, Nightcrawler from Germany. Sabra from Israel. Omega Sentinel, Nia Shara, Kavita Roa, and Indra from India. Velocidad from Mexico. Oya from Nigeria. Primal from Ukraine. Okay, so these X-Men are scattered throughout the whole world, man. And so are the elect of Israel, man. So are the Israelites, period. Scattered throughout the whole world, man. And so right now I'm going to read some of the things that they went through before they discovered they had these powers. And like I say, they was born and they was just walking around like normal people until something tragic happened and they found out that they had these powers. And people that were human, regular people, wanted to kill them because they thought that they was demons, or they weren't normal. They was like, what the hell kind of person is this that got this kind of power? They thought they might take over the world or something, So bear with me 1 minute. I'm gonna go through some of these some of the origins of how they found their powers, how they found out they had their powers. Okay. Bear with me 1 second. And like I say, they go off by having these women, you know what I'm saying, have these powers too. So, you know, this is tripped out, man. Let's see. Hold on 1 second. Yeah, I'm gonna read this one. This is Jubilee. She's from China. You know, I'm just reading this as an example. You know, ain't no women gonna be walking around with no damn powers when that time comes. But I'm gonna just read this as an example. Jubilee was sent to an orphanage, but she ran away and hid in the Hollywood Mall, stealing food to survive. She first discovered her mutant power to generate blinding and explosive energy with this plasmoids, what she refers to as fireworks, while running away from mall security. The stress of running away from the security guards caused Jubilee to emit a large light energy blast rocket while in a back alley. This completely disorientated the men and allowed her to escape. Upon learning about her mutant ability, she realized she could earn money by using her powers to entertain customers in the mall. Okay, so basically, she was running from the police in the mall, and she found out she had these powers. You know what I'm saying? So hey, that's one of the ways that she found out she was going through some form of trouble. Okay, let me read this one right here. This is a guy named Colossus. This one, he real popular, Colossus. Let me see here. Hold on 1 second. Let me see. And he's from Russia. Okay. Okay, this is how he discovered he had his powers. His real name is Peter. Okay. Peter's superhuman powers manifested during his adolescence while saving his sister from a runaway tractor. So his sister was about to get hit by a tractor, and that's when he found out he had his powers, which he's very strong. He can turn into steel. His whole body turns into like steel, and his bullets can hit him and they bounce right off him. He's real strong. He can pick up trucks and everything. So again, he found out he had these powers by going through a time of difficult trying to save his sister, man. And I'm gonna read this last one. I'm just using these as an example to show you that, you know, these guys all alone, they had these powers and they didn't know it. Okay. Let me see here. This one is from Apocalypse. They recently had a movie about him out, X-Men Apocalypse. So let me see. It was a pretty decent movie, you know. All right, let me start here. So what happened with Apocalypse? You know, he was with some clique, and these guys came after him and killed them all up. The guys he was rolling with, because it was a war. He's from Egypt. All right. So I'm gonna start right here. Vowing revenge on Ramat Tut, Sabah Nur enters the Pharaoh's city posing as a slave. Entamar Ra, no, this is Egyptian stuff. He's basically Apocalypse. That's his real name. Apocalypse's real name. Okay, and he entered into the Pharaoh city as a slave, posing as a slave, and draws the romantic attention of Ozymandias' sister Nymphi. On seeing the mutant's true appearance, Nymphi rejects him and turns to her brother for protection. So this lady that Apocalypse didn't like him. She thought he was ugly. Okay. Heartbroken by his final rejection, so he was heartbroken. In Sabah Nur's, which is Apocalypse, rage causes his mutant abilities to fully emerge. Rampaging, he renames himself Apocalypse. Okay, so he was hurt by this woman, and what happened? His powers became manifested, man. And Apocalypse is like one of the most powerfulest mutants in the X-Men series. You know, so these are some of the things I read that shows that these guys didn't know that they had these superpowers, man. And all along, they like the elect, man. And I'm keep saying the elect, we don't know who they are. But when the time comes, like the scriptures say, then will my chosen be known, man. Because they're gonna have these powers, and hey, it's gonna be known who the elect are, man. Because people are gonna be afraid out there, man. They're gonna react like these people act in these comic books. Some people are gonna be afraid, and there's gonna be people who are gonna try to kill them, use their guns and stuff. And they ain't gonna be able to, because the elect gonna be too powerful for them, man. So what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna end it right here. Then I'm gonna make a part 2 to this. So I'm gonna stop it right there. And part 2 is gonna be about our forefathers and some of the powers that they had back then. Okay, so with that, I want to give all praise to Yahweh by Shem Yahushai, double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS, and salutations to all y'all come out there pushing this word in sincerity and truth. Shalom.